Styling your natural hair can be very tricky, especially when you're trying to avoid breakage. This video will reveal expert tips and techniques for preventing hair breakage while styling your fussy hair, ensuring you can have your desired look without sacrificing healthy hair growth. What if I told you that you can have all that look that you want and still maintain a healthy hair growth? So come along with me as I break down everything that you need to do to be able to achieve this. Number one is the power of prepping your hair before styling. Stretching your hair, having clean parts, and avoid borrowing of hair. I'm going to explain that in a bit. All this prevents tangling and minimize breakage to the barest minimum. Now you can choose to stretch your hair using the banding method, the African threading method, to reduce shrinkage and minimize tension on your scalp. Because when your hair is stretched, you have less chances of your hair tangling up together and you're able to manage your hair properly. Now, if you must use heat, make sure to use a heat protectant. There are varieties of heat protectants out there. I haven't used one because, of course, I have not used heat to stretch my hair out yet. Now, avoid borrowing of hair. Because our hair tends to be longer than each other on different sides, we tend to borrow hair. And that is when you're twisting your hair, when you're braiding your hair. By the time you're getting to the ends, you find out that one side is shorter than the other side. So there's every tendency for you to be tempted to borrow hair from the one that is longer to help the one that is shorter so that they can meet at the same length. But try as much as possible to avoid that. And one way you can avoid that is make sure you part your hair into the various sections that you're going to be braiding them or twisting them. This will help you to prevent knotting, tangles, because by the time you're taking that style down and you've ended up borrowing left, right, and center, you are going to experience tangles. So if you know you don't have that patience, you are not very careful when taking down your style, please don't even borrow any hair. So please avoid borrowing of hair. Number two is choosing the right products that nourish your hair and also protect your hair. There are different products out there, both natural, organic, and chemicals that there are so much varieties out there, but I would advise that you choose products that will nourish your hair and also protect your hair. That is to say, when you are moisturizing your hair, you have these layers of products that will help keep your hair moisturized and soft and also protect your hair from the harsh weather, UV rays, and all that. So you have to be very selective when choosing your product. I, for one, if I am to go to a store to buy any product, I like to check on the ingredients. I look at the ingredients, I check on the internet to see if that particular product can cause any damage to my hair or that particular ingredient can cause any damage to my hair. I check for all these things, not because I have the luxury of time to be checking that, but because I'm doing myself some good if I'm actually knowing what exactly I'm putting on my hair. I make sure to stick with one particular one that serves the purpose which I want it to serve. There are products that are even specifically designed for your hair type. There are products for moisture, there are products for protein, there are products for strength. All these things you can know by actually reading the ingredients of the particular products that you're putting on your hair. The problem a lot of people have is jumping from one product to the other. Yeah. So when you're experiencing breakage, when you're experiencing hair loss, you don't actually know the one that is giving you problems. So please, this will help you a long way to preserve the health of your hair as well. Number three is avoiding common mistakes. If you have seen the mistakes somebody has made, you don't want to toe in that direction. Avoid common styling mistakes that will lead to breakage. Avoid using the wrong tools. Yes, do you know that there are right tools for styling your hair? Like, for example, you don't use a rat tail comb to comb your hair. Now, I know some people can say it works for them, but this tiny comb, the teeth are so small that it can pass through a type 4 hair, for example. Maybe those with a looser curls can get away with it, but a type 4 hair, you don't want to be seen using rat tail comb to comb your hair. Maybe that's the reason why you've been stopped at shoulder length or ear length for so long and you're wondering what is going on. Please invest in tools that help to promote length retention for you. White tooth combs, I say finger detangling, use your hands. If you feel for some reason that it's not getting all the tangles out, finger detangle first. That is what I do. Then you can go ahead and use maybe a white tooth comb to comb your hair. And if you know your hair is on a fine side, like you have a fine hair strands, try as much as possible to use a white tooth comb instead of using a brush. I feel like these brushes sometimes for some people do not actually work, which is normal. For white tooth combs, they can never go wrong. Like you can never go wrong with using a white tooth comb. So invest in a white tooth comb. Then be mindful of doing too much and prioritize gentle styling practices for hair growth. Now, this is something that happens a lot whereby you see people go to the salon and the way they handle the hair is so much like it's so unfriendly. So I've had my fair share of going to the salon and what they've done to my hair and that I wasn't pleased. So for the past 4.5 years, I've been doing my own hair by myself, and so me retaining this much length has been so helpful for me. So I don't have to worry about somebody not being gentle with my hair. But if for some reason you have to go to the salon and you can do your hair yourself, please don't be too shy, don't be too afraid to tell the stylist that they are making your hair too tight or too uncomfortable. Whatever it is, just make sure you tell them. And also, please go with your own tools and your own products. So those things you want them to use for you, take them along with you so that they can use it. Also guide them on how you want your hair to be treated. You're paying for the service, so you shouldn't be ashamed or you shouldn't be shy of telling the stylist. So please practice gentle styling and you see how healthy and long your hair is going to be. Number 4, post styling maintenance. That is after you have that style in, your maintenance, your moisture routine, wash day routine and all that to keep your scalp clean, because of course a healthy hair will only thrive on a clean scalp. Your night time routine, that is also important. Sleeping with certain pillowcases or hair bonnets so that you don't cause friction between your hair while you sleep, because that also is a culprit for breakage. Then also trimming split ends to promote healthy hair growth and prevent further damage. Now, I don't typically say just grab all your entire hair and start trimming. I could do a dusting if I were you, checking out each strand to see where there are knots and just single that strand out and just clip where the knot is. So these are the ways where you can really maintain your hair, grow a healthy, long, natural hair, even while in your protective style. The fact that you're styling your hair, putting it in a style, does not mean that your hair no longer matters. You have to do all that it takes to keep that hair intact, because a hair that is not well taken care of, that is not well nourished, will not thrive. That is why I can keep my braids in for 6 months or 3 months without even bothering myself, because I know that I am always constantly moisturizing, washing, deep conditioning, doing all these things that I've mentioned, so that by the time I'm taking down my hairstyle, I don't have issues of hair damage. I hope you've learned 1 or 2 things from it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share with your sisters, your friends. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.